Good morning everyone, we are Group F of the International Business Management class, and today we're going to explain you a little bit about the following readings: designing organizations for performance and from strategy to implementation. So let's start.
Regarding the reading of designing organizations for performance, I really find very interesting to see how an organization can have a lasting performance and what the strategy should be followed to manage any organization. Everything an organization has to work together, so we depend on different units, and having key objectives and strategies is essential. Also, those organizational resources, soft skills, a balance of demand and supply, good training, and reinforcing the success of others and being interconnected to achieve that strategy is a key for competitive advantage.
What I understand of the lecture is the life cycle of him and how the spans change depending on what the cycle needs. The reading shows 3 stages of the life cycles of the firm. So each phase make more emphasis or align the spans in a different way depending on the needs. These spans help to create more autonomy, decision making, goals definition, and shared responsibilities. On the other hand, the misalignment of these spans make the strategy implementation fall apart and lead us to a crisis. That tells us that having a good balance of these spans is very important to have a good performance and to be able to implement a new strategy.
First of all, I'm going to talk about the 2 types of designed organization. The soft one is when it's not going to be necessary to change the whole structure of the organization, and the hard one is when it's going to be most need to change the whole structure of the organization to accomplish the goals. Also, when we are talking about a complex organization in a complex area, it's going to be necessary, or it's going to help a lot when you talk about the allure of the matrix, because it's going to help you to solve a lot of problems. And also it's really important to recognize the human needs, like all the components: the learn, the born, the defeat, the accrue components. And also it's gonna be most necessary to talk about the responsibility or learning.
In the second reading, talks about the importance of implementation. We do nothing considering a good strategy without knowing how it securely works. To do this, the company needs to align some elements to obtain the desired result. First, we're going to talk about people and incentives. It explains that all the people who are in the company must have the implementation through their skills, abilities, and commitments to achieve the expected results. It is also important to encourage people to motivate themselves and give their best through incentives. Second, we'll talk about support activities, which are activities that support the plans. For example, in the area of human resources, it's fulfilled a function, but certain action needs to carry out, such as training, hiring, searching, and idea motivation of the person.
Now we're going to talk about the 4th element of strategy implementation: organizational structure. Basically, this element considers a reorganization of its human, supplier, and manufacturing assets. Companies that pursue agility and speed need to change traditional work into a learning unit where decisions can be made quickly and monitored more efficiently. Okay, so finally we're going to talk about the last element of strategy implementation: culture and leadership. But what does culture mean? Well, it refers to the company's values, tradition, and operating style. This is a quality that is difficult to measure, but it nevertheless exists and sets the tone for managerial and employees' behavior. And one way to understand company's culture is to ask, who are the company's heroes and what stories do people tell about them? Changing company's culture to better align it with a new strategy is the responsibility of the CEO and the senior management team.